In this video, I will introduce the concept of sequence read sets, the experiment type used in bionumerics to store and analyze high-throughput sequence data. Within the bionumerics database, we need a sequence read set type to store the high-throughput sequencing data to. Create a new experiment type, choose sequence read set type, and give it a name. The new experiment type is created in the database and added to the list of experiments. In this example, I will import both single-end and paired-end Illumina data. Press the Import button to open the wizard. Under Sequence Read Sets data, you can select Import Sequence Read Set files. Now browse to the files that contain your sequencing data. These files can either be FASTA or FASTQ formatted and may be zipped. In this example, we will import both single and paired end data. The sequence files that contain the paired end reads have the same file names except for the additional _1 and _2 used for pairing the files. In this example, the software found 3 FASTQ files, with 2 of them being imported as paired end data. From the details, we can see which files are paired. In this example, the data from the first file will be imported as paired end data. In the next page of the import wizard, we can define whether or not to import the qualities and define the quality format. Default, the standard Sanger FASTQ qualities are used. Next, one can demultiplex the sequence data. Demultiplexing is typically used to split datasets coming from high-end sequencing devices. In this case, multiplex identifiers were used during library preparation and are filtered upon analysis. For more information on this option, we refer to the tutorial movie on importing multiplex sequence read sets. In this step, we should define the import template. These templates should only be created once and can be reused for all later imports. For this example, we will create a new import template where the file name is saved to the database as entry key. We define this link by clicking on File as the source type. Then I go to Edit Destination and I will link it to the key. The Preview button allows you to verify the chosen destination. Press Next and Finish to proceed. After entering an import template name, the template is saved and the experiment type to import to can be defined. All available sequence read sets are listed in this drop-down, or one can choose to import the reads to a new sequence read set. Here we will use the Illumina type. In the last page, an overview of the database links is displayed. In this case, 2 entries will be created, one entry with the single end data and one entry with the paired end data, containing the reads from the FASTQ files with _1 and _2. When hitting the Finish button, the import procedure starts. Once the data is imported in the database, one can look in detail at the data in the Sequence Read Set experiment card that can be opened by clicking on the experiment dot. For more information, have a look at our movie on quality assessment of next-generation sequencer runs.